What's going on, guys? We're back in NHL 20 today, doing some more franchise mode, playing some more franchise mode with the New York Islanders. In this episode, we are trying to look for a trade that can strengthen our top six. Here's what I got, and let me map it out for you guys. So Greenway, and I want to give him a little bit more, because this is a bit of fleecing, because he's only 77, Pajot, but we haven't used him. I totally forgot about Pajot. And, I don't even know if he fits his coach. So, here's how it makes sense for me. Right? Bellows, the replacement for Koskinen. They're relatively the same person. 21, 22, 2 overall difference, both medium top 6, both bottom 6 players. Koskinen right now, if you check this, he is being used on the 4th line. Pretty decent insertment, and then you can even if they wanted to throw Cody Eakin in for more depth. And then Greenway, you see on the right side, he is a top 6 player. I'm torn between Pajot and I'm torn between Beauvillier. One of them is being used here, and one of them is being used in the next trade. It's going to be Pajot. I mean, Pajot would make more sense going to probably the Blue Jackets, because Pierre-Luc Dubois is young and he is their top center. Pajot fits right in behind him. I'm torn. I think that might actually be the better route here, because then it doesn't feel like we're fleecing them, really. Beauvillier is a lot. We're giving them a lot. Actually. The thing is, Beauvillier is not locked up, right? If you take the locked up player, he's your surefire. Yeah, you know what? We'll give Beauvillier over to the Blue Jackets. It makes a little bit more sense to send Pajot this way. Here's how it makes sense. So you get Greenway. They haven't. I have to double check this. If they have committed to this deal, it's probably going to be a no-go. If they have him sign a no extension. Okay. So this makes a lot of sense, right? So they're already, they're already pretty much a playoff team, just like we are. Continue on an upward path. We're pretty much a playoff team. We're trying to strengthen, and they need time for one last run, right? Here's how it makes sense. Yeah, giving up Greenway is quite a bit. He is only fit 3rd line, but if you take a look at Anders Lee, which I have a trade for. Oh my gosh. I have a trade for Lee, which makes more sense as well. If you take a look at Anders Lee, he is only he's best fit 3rd line. So I'm taking a bet that he is the exact same player. And if he is, you still get your +3, and he's younger. And he's not much different overall wise. You get your +3, he's an 83. He's not Anders Lee, but he's younger. He's younger, and he'll fit in with our core. He'll fit in with Wallstrom. It'll be a good fit. Koskinen really is just gonna give us that extra. He is top 6. So, if Greenwood doesn't work out, we got Koskinen. He fits right in. Bellows, replacement for Koskinen. Straight up, they're pretty much the exact same player. One has more value because he's playing in the NHL. And one has less because he's playing in the AHL, but he's doing pretty solid. 22 points in 47 games. About, if he plays 82 games, he's got 40 points. So, that's not terrible. And he's putting up 12 points, and they're not really using him. We'd be putting him right to work. Here's why sending Pajot there makes sense. Yes, they don't have a lot of cap. Yes, for the next 5 years because of the Parise and I believe the Suter deal, they are tied up in cap. That's why Beauvillier would make sense. But Pajot makes more sense, honestly. So the next 3 years, you have Dumba. So you're getting rid of Stahl this year. You have Parise, Zuccarello, Galchenyuk. So Galchenyuk, so it looks like they're going to go on a long run. They're going to maybe try to keep Zuccarello. They have a bit more on Parise, but as soon as he retires, his cap's off, right? He's 36. So he will be retiring very shortly. You got Suter. He's locked up. They're gonna continue to pay him, but it comes off their cap in this game, right? You got Dumba, your defenseman. He's locked up for 3 years, so they want to go on a 3-year run, and they want to do it now while they're able to. If you look at their center core, 85, 83, 83, 83. He fits right in because he's an 83. I believe he's either 83 or 84, I believe, Pajot. I'm not too sure. I wish I played him just so he'd jump back up. But that gives you your second line center next year. And if he's an 84, he's your top line center. And if Galchenyuk continues his pace, he's gonna be your second line center. So, and then you got Eriksson, Ek, and Kunin. So you got your centers for the future, but if you want to go on this 3-year run, you're gonna need someone that's good to go now, and then that can help them maybe get rid of Eric Stahl because they've got their top 2, right? So it gives them options at the draft. They can maybe pick up another pick with Stahl. I think this makes a ton of sense, and he's locked in at $5 million. So if you get him putting up 80 points a year, like, that's a big if, but if he's your top line player and you get him putting up 70, 80 points a year, that $5 million turns into a very big asset for them. So it's the way they use him. Greenway's not locked up and he's going to want money. So I don't think they're going to keep him. And if he fits with Lee, it gives us our +3. And if Koskinen gets a +5, it's even better. And Greenway can then go on the third line for Ladd. This fits very well. This is a very good trade for us. And for them, they get their surefire center next year, and they get a prospect that fills in for Greenway. I don't think this is a lose trade for them. I think it's a win for them, and it's definitely a win for us. It helps out in both ways. Yes, he's got a lot of cap, but next 2-3 years, that runs over, those 2 are off the cap, and they can keep Pajot because he's locked for 6 years. I'm going to try it and see what they think. Accepted. Straight up. So we have another trade to do, but what do we got to do here? Yes, Jean-Gabriel Pajot. Yeah, it sucks. Right? Blanchard is throwing up the points. Yeah, let's give them their +1 back. He's at -21. Holy crap. Even. I need to rework the system in the AHL, but I'm going to do that next year. So now, how do they look? Did they throw Pajot in? No, it's got to go a couple of days. But Pajot is an 82. So yeah, he's not great, but you get him. We didn't know, right? But he might go up from actually being able to play. But now center-wise, yeah, he's one of the worst centers. So maybe it was a bad deal. Maybe we fleeced him. But once Stahl goes, then Pajot fills right in there. I think it's a good deal for us. For them, too. You get him playing good, and he'll put up points. and his contract will be worth it. And he's locked up, right? So you definitely have your top 2 centers locked up. And if you decide to get rid of them, Pajot might not be able to get rid of, but we didn't even play Pajot this year, and he was easy to get rid of. Team wanted him. I think that was a good deal, especially for us. We have more deals to make, though. The next deal I really want to make, and it's going to be for Beauvillier. And even Koskin can fit in on that second line now. Hold up. Let's go back and let's put him in. Because if that works, we might... I don't know if if we had a power forward on that line. No, you had the 2A forward. You already had the playmaker. I mean... yeah, he's the same fit. He's not really top 6, but he gets us our +3. He fits, like, right there. And then Ladd is out for Greenway. And Greenway... oh, that's so close. 90 overall Lee on the third line. That is very close to becoming. Okay, so that was still a good trade. It was still a good trade. They're not as good as Lee, but still a good trade. Still a good trade. I like it. We're not getting rid of Ladd. Ladd's going to stay. Just because I want the +5 for Karpovtsev. Our career third line center. Okay, yeah. I mean, he's pretty much back. It's Barzal. It's Barzal. I can't. No, it's Barzal. I don't know. It is Matthew Barzal. He doesn't really fit with this team. This coach. He doesn't like it. I think the one red X really hurts him. But I'd rather Wallstrom play better. So now we can lock Greenway up on a deal. We got Juza we can extend. I don't know. He doesn't need to be extended. Boychuk has 20 assists. What the hell? So I think that was a good deal. Because 83. And we were going to go get Wenberg. Now we don't have to. Yes, we could be very much weaker, but you don't know. You really don't. And now we can do a fine trade for Lee, and I found the perfect team for Anders Lee. We're not using him now. He is scratched. He is our captain, but you gotta make deals. It's a business. I thought about maybe Shattenkirk as a piece. There's the Wenberg deal. They're not using him. But this deal right here makes the most amount of sense. Here's why. Anders Lee, let's look at their left side. Left side coming up, you have Brady Tkachuk, but you don't have anybody. It falls right off. Tkachuk's 21. Tkachuk is a leader on this team. Okay. Makes sense. You have Keitel coming up, you have Nikolishin, you have Abramov, you have Fermenton. They're not ready yet. Fermenton, kind of. But for the most part, they're not ready. You have Patrick Marleau under Brady Tkachuk. They aren't doing terrible, and they can get into winning ways with Anders Lee. Their left side's very weak. Their left side consists of Tkachuk, Brown, Schlappick, Fermenton. Their center core is White, Batherson, Soderberg, Brown, and their right winger core is pretty strong, I would say. And their defense is pretty decent. So I think adding this piece would send them to the next level. They're the 24th ranked team, but if they can build a team in the offseason, another guy that's locked up. This is another guy that's locked up that is very useful for them. It sucks to see him go because he's doing so well, but we're trying to get younger and we're trying to grow, and right now I don't think it's our best chance for a Stanley Cup. So we might as well offload him. It is very cheap. I'm thinking about throwing Beauvillier in this deal as well, and maybe trying for a first, or definitely trying for a first. They need to bring someone back, because that would work in their favor a lot too, Beauvillier. That would even make it stronger, because then that helps with the Lee situation. Maybe we can take someone back for you. Because then down your middle, you have another 83, but he's very young. He's not Soderberg. Yeah, I mean, that makes it even better. I don't need Josh Norris. I'd rather hold off on that. Do you have any good prospects? You have Palmerev. He's not a playmaker though. You have Gruden, but he's a power forward. That turns into something. What do you got defensively or defensive wise? Who's your best prospect? And that helps out with the Pietrangelo, eh? So it works. They're both locked up for 6 years. They're both gonna be leaders on your team, and it makes Pietrangelo happy because he can win a Stanley Cup. You have Jackson Van der Leest. He's a defensive defenseman. He's only medium top 6. And you have Taves from us, right? He's not locked up, I don't think. No, he's got 3 years. Still a very good deal. I would like to take back Van der Leest, but it's got to be a centerman. We'll do you a favor. Yeah, because this would be the only move they can make. And the only move they really need. We'll bring back Artem Anisimov because we need cap. We can just throw him in the AHL. And if you give us a first-round pick this year... Oh, they don't really want to do that. Or we can bet on them being garbage next year. How about this deal? And we needed like a third this year. So we get a third this year. Beauvillier was selected in the first round by the Islanders, 28th overall, and 6th round by the Islanders. So you can find people low. It recoups, so it's a third for Lee, 3 rounds higher than Lee. So we have a better chance of finding someone realistically. You get your first back for Beauvillier, and then we bring cap back, so they're not stuck in cap zone, cap hell. Do they have any other expiring deals? Because maybe they don't want to do this deal. If they don't have expiring deals, they're probably not going to want to do it. It would only make sense to do it now, though. Your big guys. So McGinn's gone. You're not using him. He's gone next year. Kachuk is due for a contract, so this could help Kachuk stay. Soderberg's gone. Hayes is gone. Riley's gone. Marlowe is gone. This is the guy that would be going, and that's where you get your cap back. It's a tough deal. You got Bjugstad gone. You're not resigning him. He's $4 million. Howard looks gone. It's still doable. It's still doable. At the end of the day, it's still doable. And Bobby Ryan will be gone. So maybe you make a 1-year deal and then extend him next year. This could help you maybe playoffs, though, down the road. Because you'll be a good player still for next probably 3-4 years. Lee could probably stay 85. Definitely 2. Take some cap off your hands for 1 year. Maybe so you can make one more move. Here we go. Trade accepted. Anders Lee is gone. And that means we have to name a captain. Captain naming time. I'm pretty sure you guys know who it's going to be. Now we have money to make our signings. So it clears up cap for us. It's going to suck having the 1 year, but really we're not in any trouble cap-wise. And forward-wise, you still got Ladd way overpaid for 3 years. But now we can extend pretty much everybody we want to, which is going to be very nice. We're going to have money to maybe extend Pollock. Nope. Jews, he'll be able to be extended. Maybe $2 million. Boychuk, we're still keeping for another 2 years. We can maybe extend Ricola and Dobson. And Georgiev and Varlamov. Varlamov I really want to get rid of, but not right now. Georgiev we really do need to resign. So I think at the draft, Semyon Varlamov is going to be gone because Georgiev will be ready to take over. I think we're going to give Georgiev the playoff starts. Alright, let's get into some simulation now. I think we're ready to go. But before we do that, let's name our captains. This was a very, very long introduction. Both trades help, right? So it's not the end of the world. We need to give Matt Barzal the captaincy. It's going to be Barzal. We got our our old defenseman in Boychuk. And I think I want to give it to Wahlstrom eventually. Right now it's going to Jordan Eberle. He deserves some kind of captaincy. He's been in the league for a long time. He hasn't got it. He deserves it. We had to do something, guys. Anyway, that'll send us into the deadline. I don't think there's going to be any more deals we need to make. How many firsts do we have this year? I think we have quite a few, if I'm not mistaken. I believe we have quite a few draft picks. And we have like no cap, which would be very nice. Yeah, we have 3 firsts this year. They're all probably going to be playoff teams, but late firsts is better than no firsts. We're going to bring in 3 solid prospects. Hopefully maybe a goalie. Because Georgiev, he's only going to be good for about 2, 3, 4 years. So we got to get someone down there working away. And Blanchard's our best player. That's pretty funny. I don't know how good they're going to be this year. We really got to reinvent them for next year. Jovanovski's playing pretty well. And Linus Soderstrom's playing well too. So maybe we bring him back up next year. Might back up Georgiev, right? So Varlamov is expendable. Maybe for another first if he goes on a big run. You don't ever know. Let's stop rambling. Let's get into some simulation because it's been long enough. This is going to end up being a long video. I think we'll get down. You guys won't have to watch it. How? We have Philly, Montreal, Philly, Columbus. Who are the teams we're fighting with? Because we really don't know. The Penguins, the Capitals. The Blue Jackets are down in the shitter. We're fighting with the Flyers to stay above water. The Hurricanes are a team we're fighting with. Okay, so if we have any more games, we have one more game against the Flyers, I believe. We need the Hurricanes. We play the Capitals, but we play the Flyers twice, and they're one of our last home games. And we play the Hurricanes. Okay, so I'm going to see where we are around here. So I'm going to simulate up to this day right here, the 16th of March. We're gonna see where we stand. And if we need to, we're gonna go into one game, but I don't know which one it's gonna be. Amy says, I'll see you when we get. Alright, so we're not there yet. But we did go on a bit of a win streak, so let me recap you guys quickly. So you guys seen us last the 1st. We're now 1 month later. We started with the loss. We got a shootout win. We got a win against Nashville, a win against the Blue Jackets, a win against Winnipeg, a win against the Avalanche, a win against the Predators again, a win against Detroit, and we lost to the Capitals, but we just beat the Lightning. We lost to the Flyers. We beat the Senators. We lost in a shootout to the Oilers, and then we just got 3 points out of 4 between Pittsburgh and Buffalo on a back-to-back night. There was trades that went down, and I do want to show them to you quickly. Let's do a bit of a recap though we're battling for a division title. We are. The Senators are inching towards a playoff spot, kicking out the Leafs maybe. So maybe that trade did work in their favor, and the Wild aren't doing very good. But they did make another deal. The Wild did, and it was for one of the guys that I suspected they were moving, and I think they got a first out of it. So let's go all the way to our trades. Alright. So Carolina acquires John Merrill from Minnesota. They're giving up, but they got a prospect back in Honka and third. So prospect defenseman, they're getting younger. They gave up on this year, but they got a couple more things. Ryan Murray went to the Blue Jackets, Ryan Murray went to Boston, and the Blue Jackets are giving up. So they are acquiring a first from Boston this year and Oscar Steen. And then here's the big one. Buffalo gets Eric Stahl. Sorry, they didn't get a first, but they got a second, they got Johansson, and they got a third. So they're improving their winger core, and they have centers. So it's not like they're in dire need for that, and they improved what they needed most, a winger. Minnesota also acquires a third-round pick and Riley Stillman from Florida for a third. So they're swapping thirds and years for Forsberg and Bocage, and a fifth go to the Blue Jackets for Savard, a fifth, and a sixth to Colorado. And John Tortorella's soul in this game pretty much got fired. And we're looking pretty good. We got to stay above the Flyers and now the Penguins. We should beat the Devils. So I think the Hurricanes are probably going to be out of it. So I think we're just going to go to the Philly game, but I'm not sure. So I'll see you guys when we get down to the 16th to see what we are going to be doing. We're in the Barclays Center on the penalty kill, playing against Carolina. Here we go. Robin Lehner in the net for the Canes. And in the net for the Islanders is Semyon Varlamov. John Hayden and Pontus Aberg are doing draw. Shoot. Oh, Dobson with a beautiful shot. Come on, Pontus. Maybe get a couple goals for us here. Hamilton to Vinny Trocheck, back the other way. Trocheck in. Hamilton being harassed by Aberg. Shot low off the pad now. Christian Jews has the puck. And there's going to be a line change. Dobson, shoot. Shoot. Oh. Oh my gosh. What a shot. Aberg gets robbed. Aberg looking for the pass. He's going to hold that in. And it's going to be Dobson and Ryan Pollock out as defense. Shot here. Varlamov with a stop. Wallstrom to Greenway. Greenway over the line. In. Backhand shot. Lehner is going to hold on to it. The Canes are going to be pushing, so we have to be aggressive. We're not sitting back. We're not sitting back. Let's get the line 2s out there. It's going to be Clem Koskin, Hosang, Eberle, Juice in. Oh, missed the mark. But if he shot high, blocker side, that might have went in. Nakes to Del Call. One of the players we traded for Karpatsev and he was the player in the minors. Oh, I forget his name. That's not good. Koskin's in though. Kristen Juice. Eberle shot. Laner's gonna hold on. We got 1 minute left to close it out. Why we're putting on Barzell is beyond me. Boychuk shot. Oh. Get the third line out there. Varlamov, hold on to that, buddy. Yeah, we're gonna throw the pairing of Boychuk back on there. Nakes is out against Karpatsev. I like Karpatsev, and he's gonna lose the draw. No, he's not. I don't know who lost that draw. I don't think it was Karpatsev. And the penalty. Alright. Lads going to the box. Let's get our top guys out there to kill this off. Hayden and Auberg. Good job, Auberg. Get it down. We're not going to score the empty netter, but no, we don't need fresh players. We're going to use these guys. Auberg just missed the net. Quick switch, boys. Stall, shot, Dobson clears it out. Brady Shea being harassed for the puck by Komarov. And the Islanders take a win, a much needed win, because we're in a tight race for second. Varlamov is playing great. I want to give the starts to Varlamov in the playoffs, but just because, you know, you run with the hot hand, but yeah, he's been great this year. Let's do a little bit of his stat checkup, and I do want to get to the end of the season, but at the same time I want to just keep going. I think we're gonna finish this off. Barzell is playing really good, but after that it drops right off. I would like Wallstrom to get 70 points. He's probably can do it, but the reason why we're not doing great right now is because we brought the Greenway in, and he didn't have a high point total to start, and same with Koskin, right? Our best defenseman is Nick Leddy, but not far behind him is Johnny Boychuk. Yeah, I mean, pretty solid year all around. I think we got some good depth scoring. I think Barzell is probably close to top in the entire league. Yeah, one of the top players in the league. What, top 5 best player in the league right now? The way he's playing. And he's going to continue to play that way, hopefully. Best goalies in the league. Based off wins. Let's go based off save percentage. And you gotta have... What, they're already at 50, right? So let's throw it up there. Let's throw up 50. Let's throw up 50. Varlamov's up there, right? Yep, he's having a good year. He's not the best goalie, but you don't go off goals against, really. It's save percentage for them. Right now, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 best in the league. So he could be a top 5 goalie. And that could earn some value at the draft, right? Hope be the best goalie by far, though, in my opinion, this year. He can earn some value at the draft. So I'm going to quickly get this... I'm going to quickly sim this all up. And I'll hopefully make the playoffs. But if not, I'll be upset. See you guys down at the 5th. Alright, we're down here. We're down here at the 5th. And, yeah. The New York Islanders made the playoffs. They're the 3rd best team in the Metropolitan Division, and they're going to be going up against the Flyers in the first round. Yeah, everybody's qualified, so, yep, playoffs are set. The Senators made it in with Anders Lee, and, all you have to do is make it in, and they probably went on a tear. So let's go take a look at that. Barzal finishes with over 100 points this year. Something special. That is something very special. And he's our best goal scorer. Not far behind him, Zeberle and Wallstrom. Boychuk finished with 38 points. That's pretty solid for him. I think he's going to decrease this year, but solid enough to bring him back next year. Barzal, what a year for you, my guy. Wallstrom, as soon as he gets very good, you'll see him hitting those point totals with Barzal. Greenway, not terrible. After joining our team, he went 21 points in 31 games. He was on pace for 70 points, 20 more than he scored. Karpatsev, what a year for this guy. Hopefully we can find a replacement for Ladd. But him and Boychuk, even though Boychuk doesn't need it, these are the guys we're playing in the playoffs for. Our veterans. Komarov included in that. The guys that will be retiring shortly. Even Varlamov, if you want to throw him in there. Him in that category, 32. He might not last much longer, right? So he wants to get a Stanley Cup. This is his year. We're going to be running with him in the playoffs until we see Georgiev needing to get in. He is 25, right? So you get 5 good years out of him. We need a goalie. But we're not focusing on draft. We're focusing on the playoffs. So I think Varlamov is going to get it. From my point of view, did it fairly good. I think Georgiev's a starter next year, though. So either way, this is Varlamov's last year. And Karpatsev was the second best center. Koskin didn't do great, but that's because he didn't play with his line mates all year. What? Look, 70 points. 70 points for Koskin. He's good. This is going to be a good team next year. We have all the pieces. It just needs a little bit of growth. So I think we're ready to go. I want to just check out the season. I think without Barzal, we would be in trouble. Without Barzal, we would be in trouble. He deserves the heart, in my opinion. He's going to end up the 4th best player in the league based off points. Not far behind McKinnon, so you're hearing his name a little bit more. But Connor McDavid went on a tear. What a year for Connor McDavid. Playing beside Draisaitl. I don't know how you don't give it to McDavid after a year like that. Barzal, yeah. McKinnon, yeah. I mean Barzal because he really didn't have line mates, right? How does a guy pull off that many points without, proven line mates? McKinnon has Rantanen and Landeskog. McDavid has Draisaitl, so you think they'd give it to Barzal. But McDavid, after a 123-point season, that's nuts. And save percentage-wise, he's not there. 50 games. He's not up there anymore. He did fall back down to earth. Well, we'll go 60 games. He fell back down to earth fast. He sunk like a rock. But comparing to Matt Murray's 88, Varlamov's only an 83. So we could get pretty good value this year. We could get good value from him. I don't think he's one of the new up-and-coming goalies, or obviously not because he's 35, but Freddie Anderson. Vezina year for Freddie Anderson. 9 shut. Yeah, this Freddie turned it on at the end of the year, and he's getting the Vezina from the Maple Leafs. And last thing to do is just simulate up to the playoffs. There it is. Philly, Wells Fargo is going to be our first matchup. Oh, we did want to check one more thing. I should have done this a little bit earlier. I want to see how good Ottawa was doing. There's no way for me to tell, but I mean, for them to be where they were, look, Lee and Beauvillier, top line, beside Brady Tkachuk. How that didn't save them is beyond me. That definitely saved them. They had Corey Crawford as well, right? That definitely saved their ass, getting those two. And what did we get from it? A first and a third next year? I don't know. They might have won that deal. Their last 10, they were 6-4. So they're playing 500 hockey. Not bad. The Maple Leafs, how they weren't the best team in the league, they went on a run at the end of the year. I'm sure of it. They're playing the Tampa Bay Lightning. Poor Tampa. And it's going to be Florida. Holy crap. Florida, did they win the best team of the year? Yeah. Florida is the best team of the year, apparently. I don't see that, but yeah, how do you not give it to the heart to Barzal? He carried his team to the playoffs, picked them up, and ran with them on his back. I don't know how you don't give it to him. Last but not least, let's view lines and then I'll end this episode. These are long episodes, man. It gets a little bit shorter in the playoffs, but not by much. Philly. We'll do a check. So what are we? 83, 92, 88, 89? Yeah, I mean, they have good depth. They have very good depth. Spets is hungry for a Stanley Cup. But they have very, very good depth, right? There's no denying that this team, top 6 and bottom 6 wise, they're destined for a Stanley Cup. It's just us. I don't know. We're grit and grind just like them. 83. Oh, I don't even know what. 86, I think. 87. So we're good. They're good. I mean, we went on a run. They obviously went on a run because they were neck and neck with us the whole time. Down here, we got a +5. We destroy their line. What, 85, 85, 84? We destroy their third line. So I want to get my third line out there as much as I can. I think we're going to use that to our advantage. And, they beat us that way. They beat us on defense. We have 85 and 84. Which, 85 and 84, that's still better than them, but not by much. They destroy us with their top pair. And then we beat them in the bottom 4 for defense. Not by much, but they destroy us in their top pair, and they have Carter Hart. They have the difference maker. What a year for the kid. No shutouts, but what a year. And they have Sub-Zero backing him up. And I'm assuming he did wonders. Not really. But a better year than his last, so. Yeah, I think that'll be it for all of year 2. I don't know. This is going to be a close series. Probably one of the closer ones. Who is the favorite so far? Without any games. Oh, we won't see it. yeah. I mean, Vezina, Freddie Anderson, much deserved after a run like that. Barzell, pretty solid. For us, I think he's deserving of the Hart. At least. At least, like, maybe the Ted Lindsay or the Art Ross goes to McDavid, but if we can win the Hart or the Ted Lindsay, that would be fine too. Anyways, guys, that'll be it for this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more NHL content. And we will see you in the next episode when your New York Islanders take on the Philadelphia Flyers in the first round.